That's me! On today's episode, we'll talk about inequalities. When we see an expression like this, it's called an equation. And with an equation, you can only have one answer. But an inequality has an infinite number of answers. We already know that 2 plus 3 is less than 6, and it is also less than 7. In fact, it's less than 100 too, and any number greater than that. Let's look at the possible inequalities. Carl?
Oh, hey, Jackson.
Here are our 4 possible inequalities. There's less than, greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. If x is less than 5, then x cannot equal 5, but it can equal 4, or 3, or any number less than that. If x is greater than a number, again in this case 5, then it cannot equal 5, but it could equal 6, or 7, or any number greater than that. If x is less than or equal to a number, again in this case 5, it can be any number lower than 5, but it can also equal 5. If x is greater than or equal to a number, again in this case 5, it can equal any number greater than 5, but it can also equal 5. We can graph these inequalities on a number line, like this one. If x is less than 4, we put an open circle on the 4 indicating that it cannot equal 4, but we shade in the arrow to the left indicating that it can equal any number less than 4. If x is greater than -1, we put an open circle on -1 indicating that it cannot equal -1, but we shade the arrow to the right indicating that it can equal any number greater than -1. If x is less than or equal to 5, we put a shaded dot on 5, indicating that it can equal 5. And then, of course, we shade the number line to the left, indicating that it can also equal any number less than 5. If x is greater than or equal to -3, we would put a solid dot on -3, indicating that it can equal -3. And we would also shade in the arrow to the right, indicating that it could also equal any number greater than -3. Let's review some concepts about graphing inequalities on a number line. If a number is less than or greater than, we use an open circle to indicate that it cannot equal that number, and then we shade to the left if it is less than, and we shade the arrow to the right if it is greater than. If a number is less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to, we shade in the circle to indicate that it can equal that number, and then of course we shade to the left if it is less than or equal to, and we shade to the right if it is greater than or equal to. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time on Jackson, the Space Dog! That's me!